Hello and welcome to this edition of Business Spotlight podcast series. I'm joined today by Kate Cohen, and Kate is the founder of the organization It's Our Planet Too. So welcome to the call, Kate.
Hi, thanks for having me. So I'm Kate, I'm founder of It's Our Planet Too. We're a children's eco brand and also a social enterprise, and we create eco activity and subscription boxes for children called Toolkits for Eco Heroes.
Okay, well that's a really interesting start. Tell us a little bit about these boxes. What's in them, and what's the purpose of them?
So the idea is that they just really gently inspire children to love the environment. They are packed with ideas and activities to get children outside in nature, to get them thinking about recycling. The key thing about them is, I guess, is that they are completely plastic free. So all the arts, all the activities, all the junk modelling, all the recipes and everything should be able to be done with things you've already got in your home, in your garden, or in your recycling box. So it's encouraging children. It's reiterating the concept of reduce, reuse, recycle, that you don't constantly be needing to buy more. A customer described them a bit like Blue Peter in a box, which is just the perfect description.
Okay, and the perfect analogy. Blue Peter's been going so long, everybody of all ages will recognize that.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, so Kate, tell us a little bit about your background before you got into this. Where what have you been doing previously?
So I actually did environmental science at university, but sadly graduated a long time ago before jobs in sustainability were really commonplace. But went and worked in media in London, did all sorts of jobs, some project management, but always knew that ultimately I wanted to go back and do something about the environment for children. And funnily enough, I registered the domain names It's Our Planet Too probably 15 plus years ago, so it was always at the back of my mind that this is something that I wanted to try and develop.
Okay, so where's the passion come from? Because it sounds like this is quite a change of direction for you, even though you've had the long-term plan of doing something like this. Where's the passion?
I guess the passion's always been there somewhere or other, and it might not have been there in my sort of first career move, but I guess it was always there. I remember voting Green when I was at primary school in a mock general election, which must have been sometime in the mid-80s. So I guess it's always been there, but actually, I don't know, the environment is such a huge topic. It can be so full of doom and gloom, but actually, how are you going to inspire children if you just talk about the bad stuff? We've got to concentrate on the positives. We've got to try and we've got to try and have a positive outlook on it. And actually, a lot of the premise behind It's Our Planet Too is really focusing on the good, but also how amazing nature is. You know, if you tell a child that you can swim through the veins of a blue whale, how can they not go, wow, isn't nature amazing? And actually, for that matter, most adults too.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So clearly you're driven by the ambition of encouraging and educating children, something that I resonate with and I totally understand. What is the business model in order for you to be able to do that? Where are you finding your potential customers with the children in these boxes?
So I market it online. We also use a couple of partner platforms as well. And then to get known and to get out there, I do a lot of fairs and markets. And I find that actually when I go to a sustainability event or a fair trade fair or somewhere where that audience is there with the right mindset, these boxes fly, and that's really humbling to see actually. And a big part of the marketing that I do is obviously on social media, but it's also partnering with organisations that share a similar ethos.
Right. Okay. So partnership's important.
Partnerships are incredibly important. Yeah. And I guess as a solo business owner, I'm quite lucky in that I've got the flexibility to work with people that I want to work with.
Well, that makes perfect business sense, actually, because it's a leveraging system, isn't it? If you can find like-minded people who are non-competitive. So I guess my next question is, where do you find those people? How do you go looking for those?
All sorts of ways, actually. Sometimes people come to me, which is lovely, and it means that it's good, I guess, that we're being seen. But there's an awful lot of engagement on social media, really, just seeing what other people are doing, contacting them, networking groups as well. I mean, members of a few female-based networking groups and also small business groups that just, you're working with other people or you see what other people are doing, and it gives you ideas.
Yeah. Okay. So from the point of view of the boxes themselves, you say this is a subscription based system. Does it have a limited lifespan for a subscription, or what's the model with the children? What essentially are the parents and the children um, investing in when they when they
So,
subscribe to your boxes?
so the boxes you can purchase as either a 3 or 6 box subscription.
Right.
The boxes are bi-monthly, so on every other month a new themed box comes out. Every single box is themed. I'm on box 22 for my sins. But the themes alternate between an endangered animal. So we've done things like awesome African elephants,
Yeah.
terrific tigers, or a broader environmental issue. Plastic isn't fantastic, or world waste, wild weather. And then all of the activities in the box relate back to that theme in some way, but they really gently explain those issues, and they also try and bring it back to what's going on at home. So it makes it really, really memorable for children. For example, in the elephants box, there's a recipe to make cookies with honey in, but actually, did you know that elephants are scared of bees? So it's by having that in there, there's that link, and it makes children think, oh, I know that.
Oh, that's really interesting to know. That's really interesting. Would you consider the parents or the children as your primary customers when you're marketing? Are you looking to grab the interest of the child or the parent or both? And how do you
Oh,
differentiate?
it's the parent. It's got to be the parent. The parents hold the purse strings. I guess if I'm at a fair, if I've got when I'm set up at a fair or a market, and I've got examples of all the crafts or whatever that people have that I've made or the children have made on the table, then ultimately it's the children that might grab their attention. But it's the parents that make the decisions.
Okay. So the next question I'm going to ask you might take a little bit of time to think about the answer because it's slightly left field. But when I with my clients, when I work with my clients and we talk about marketing, one of the concepts we use is actually by a really well-known British marketing expert called Andy Bounds, and he talks about the afters. So rather than what's in the box and what it can do for the children, the question is going to be along the lines of, as a result of subscribing to the boxes, what are the afters? What is the impact and the effects on the child? Do you want to give that one a go?
Yeah, absolutely. So, as I say, the boxes are packed with activities and they're all varied. But what I try and make sure is that whatever we're talking about in the box, whatever the theme, it is brought back to what children can do at home, what
Right.
children and families can do in their own homes to make small, gentle changes that might, or that hopefully have a positive impact on our environment or change habits. So actually, if nothing else comes out of it, but actually they start writing on both sides of the paper before they put it in the bin, or they make sure that they remember their water bottle every time they go out rather than asking for a new one. And hopefully their parents do too. Or they make a beeswax wrap following one of the activities instead of buying cling film. Actually, that's an after, isn't
So,
it? That's
so
impact.
that's a brilliant answer because what you're actually saying is, I'm putting words back in your mouth, paraphrasing, but I think what you're actually saying is the afters of engaging with you is changed behavior, changed habits, even if
That,
it's just a little one. There you go. You can have that one.
thank you. That's the aim. Actually, that's
Yeah.
the aim, but in a really gentle way.
Yeah.
If we strive for perfection, we're all going to fail, right? So
Yeah.
it's got to be gentle, it's got to be small, and it's got to be things that just become a habit.
Right. It is a business. You're very passionate about it. What's your plans for growth? Where do you want to take it?
I mean, ultimately, to be a brand that's associated with making a positive change for a greener future. That's
It's
the
your
mission.
vision. Yeah.
That's the vision.
Yeah.
But there's a long way to go. We need to
Yeah.
find our tribe. We need to grow our tribe. And
Yeah.
we need to grow and market it.
And I think, the challenge that any business starting out is you need to be, but you're basically building a machine. It needs to have systems in it. It needs to have processes, marketing strategies, sales processes, eventually build on team. But if you're driven by a really powerful sense of culture, which you haven't addressed directly, but it's clear from the conversation that you have and clear values, then that's you will build your team and your business around that going forwards.
Yeah.
Kate, it sounds really exciting. It's really great to hear that what you're doing is going to impact positively on people's lives, both parents and children. And it is about education as well and habit changing. It's been fascinating talking to you. Thank you very much for your time, and I wish you all the best for the business going forwards.
Thank you very much.
My pleasure.